Join me on this 10-minute strength workout today. We have 10 moves that we're going to go through, each move twice, 30 seconds each move. You need a range of weights from 5, ideally, to up to 15 pounds. Make sure you do a warm-up, and I'll see you on the mat. Better step into the light, just give it a try. Okay, the first move we're going to start with is a low squat walk. So you're going to sink your hips back and side step the length of your mat, if you're on a mat, back and forth. So really keeping your hips back, small steps, you're not overstepping, and really seeing if you can keep it nice and low. You can hold a weight here. If that's too much, you can do this body weight. And you want to try to stay as low as you can the whole time. If you need to pop up, you can pop up. But this is great for thighs, quads, all the good stuff. Okay, now we need shoulder press weights. So we're gonna come to the top of the mat here, weights on your shoulders. You're gonna step back in a lunge, nice and tall in your body, and press those weights over your shoulders in the bottom of that lunge. So that is a harder option. If you find that's too much, you can press at the top and then step back and alternate. So really tall in your body. I'm going with the harder option here. Really keeping nice bend in that back knee and the front knee. Finding your balance. And done. Excellent. Okay, medium weight for bicep curls. So we're going into a 1-1-2. So single, single, double. Feet hip distance apart. You're gonna curl one weight to your shoulder, the other weight to your shoulder, and then both weights. I really like this move because it's really important that we're working unilaterally. If we're always doing doubles, we can technically sometimes compensate on one side. So really squeezing that bicep, breathing out, all right, and oh, done, I snuck that in. Okay, so again, medium weight for a high row. So each shoulder width apart. You're gonna take your weights, sink into a squat, lower your hips back, come up, hips are forward, weights face your thighs, and go into that high pull or high row. So rising up through your glutes, pulling those elbows up nice and high and wide at the top. Pacing yourself here, as always. So keeping knees behind toes if possible. Slight turn out of the toes if you find that that's better for your knees and you're tracking. Good. All right, done. I'm sneaking in a cardio move here. So we're going into shuffles on your mat. So you can take this nice and slow. You can sidestep it. Otherwise, we're gonna go fast across your mat. You can touch, shimmy, shimmy, touch, shimmy, shimmy, back and forth. So just keep your chest up. Now an option is here to sidestep fast, not touch, back and forth. Like I always say, listen to your body. It's good to sneak a little cardio in to get the heart rate up. All right, last 4, 3, 2, 1, done. Okay, whew. So we're going back into that sideways move with a weight at your chest as an option. So, all right, make sure you've got good grip on that weight. And now, hips back. Again, you're gonna sidestep. Low, I say low and slow. Low and slow. So, and again, if that gets to be too much, pop up, sit back, keep going. It's a burner. It's good though. You know, hips back, so you can get nice and low. And the slower and the lower you go, the harder it is. All right, done. Excellent. Lunge and press. So remember, you've got those two options, either pressing at the bottom of the lunge or the top. So weights on your shoulders. All right, let's step back, find that balance, press. Nice and tall in the body. I really take the time to plant in my lunge for stability versus just rushing into it. I think that's really important. Good. All right. Oh, and done. Oh, I snuck that one in. Okay. And shake that out. And we're going back to that 1-1-2 bicep curl. All right. Squeeze your glutes. Remember, one, the other, both. So bracing your core, keeping everything nice and stacked. Little micro bend in your knees. And as always, no momentum, right? Keeping it isolated to the bicep. All right, see if we can get one last one in here. And I'm gonna push it here. And, okay, rest. I just wanted to finish that off. Okay, squat to high row is next. All right, with that medium weight. All right, feet shoulders apart and lower, hips back. Remember, hips are always the mover first. You don't want to just think about bending through the knees first. So, and just really making sure that you're nice and tall at the top before you go into that high row. Awesome. Done, rest. Okay, shuffles next. Okay, one last one to pick up the pep here. Right, and I like to add that touch because it forces your glutes to work a little bit more. You gotta get lower to the ground. Oh, sneaky. Good. Side to side. Keep that chest lifted. Work at your own pace. Woo, okay. Lightweight lateral raises. So 5s, 8s, maybe a little bit heavier. We're going into a curtsy alternating with a lateral raise. So weights are beside you. Deep breath. Step into your curtsy. You're lift those weights out to the side. Step up, drop that back knee nice and low, and alternating. So lifting to about shoulder height here. Oh, balance. Oh, see? Even me. Oh, all right. Little bend in your elbows at the top. And done, shake that out. Okay, so one medium weight, overhead tricep extensions. So hips are forward, watch the back of your neck, be mindful. Grab that weight, take it over your shoulders, deep bend in your elbows, my feet are shoulder apart, straighten those arms. Trying to keep those arms in, elbows in, as you take the weight over your shoulders. And everything's nice and stacked. Really keeping tension on your glutes. Good. And done. Whew. All right, we're coming down. So with a medium weight, Russian twists are next. So, or maybe body weight, up to you. So you pick what works. Feet on the ground, you're gonna lean back. Take that weight from side to side. So again, bracing your core. We're working obliques here. Now, option harder is to lift your feet, but be mindful of how that feels on your low back. Good. Eyes can follow the weight here. If that doesn't feel good, you can keep your eyes forward and see how that feels. Okay, whew, done. We're going next into a butterfly crunch. You're gonna put the soles of your feet together a little bit further out away from your body. Lay back, arms extended. You're gonna breathe out, lift up, and hinge forward. Reach forward, then lay back. So this is a crunch, but it's a nice hip opener. If you don't love this option or you can't get up off the ground, another option is to just lift the blades and lower. Or knees up, you can just do a hands behind the head crunch. So a couple different options there. And done. Okay, next up is a plank. Plank of choice here. I'm gonna do the plank to downward dog. I love it, it's a stretchy plank. Hands underneath your shoulders, you step back, feet shoulder width apart, pop up. So in that high plank, pike your hips towards the sky. You can bicycle your feet here, pushing the floor away from you, and come back into your plank. So you're not letting your hips drop. Keep everything nice and tight. It's great, it's a nice way to feel a stretch in your back of shoulders, in your lats. If you add that foot tapping, you get that calf stretch. And all right, we do that again. So come on up, light weights for that curtsy to lateral raise. All right, so hang on here. All right, deep breath, and here we go. Good. So shoulders down, and you're lifting a little bit in a V shape here. So you're not in like a direct T. You can be, it's harder on the shoulders to do that. Otherwise, a V shape is a little bit friendlier. All right, done. Woo. All right, triceps are next. So remember that one weight over your shoulders. So just watching the back of your neck, of course, when you do that. My feet are a little bit wider for more stability. Arms up, hips forward, straighten. Trying to keep those shoulders down, which I know can get hard because they get a little hunchy. And just really being mindful, trying to keep those elbows in. One last one here. Oh, all right, done. Let's come down, Russian twist. So again, remember, feet up is an option, feet down, easier. Body weight's great. All right, as I always like to say, you do you. What matters is that you're here and you're doing it. So, and honoring what your body needs. Good. Keeping those knees nice and tight together. Leaning back. Again, if that bothers your back, you sit up, you sit taller, have a reset. Whew. Okay, done. Butterfly crunch again. So remember, and the more your feet are away from you, the easier it will be to come up. The closer your feet are in, the harder to come up. So remember, lay on your back, breathe out, lift up, slowly lower. And again, if you can't lift all the way up, just even lifting up through your shoulder blades, your core is working here. So and then slowly wheeling your spine onto the mat. Oh. All right, one last one. Sneaking it in. All right, whew. Done. Fabulous. All right, plank to finish. And then we are done, and we're gonna, I know, you're gonna be done, look at that. So hands underneath your shoulders, spread those fingers. Remember, you're gonna step back, feet shoulders apart, stay in that nice high plank, wrists are underneath your shoulders. Press those hips up and away from you. Now you can linger longer in your plank here, harder, or maximize that stretch, add that pedaling of the feet, come back into your plank. so. Again, keeping everything nice and tight, especially as you lower. And gently on your knees. And look at that. See? Done. Got it in. You made time for yourself. I hope you feel better. Hope you feel proud of yourself. And make sure you do warm or cool down, I should say. And I will see you at the next workout.